doing today? I am mentally drained from doing all these Halloween makeup looks, but it's fine. It's all gonna be worth it in the end. And I don't even know what I'm gonna dress up as Halloween, but I sure as hell know that I'm not gonna be doing this crazy stuff because one, it's a pain to wear sometimes, and two, I don't wanna sit here for another 6 hours, you know? So, with that being said, this is just for entertainment and for me to not feel like I'm not doing anything with my life. But now that we're getting a little bit more depressed, we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. So today's video, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we're gonna be doing that makeup look, the clown makeup look. I just hope it turns out a lot better than it did last year. I thought it was good, the one I did last year, and then I looked at it again and I was like, I couldn't do one straight line. Are you kidding? But I feel like that just goes to show how much I've grown in a year. And I think the ones I'm doing this year are a little bit more spiced up. These contacts are just being a pain in the booty. Sorry if I'm touching my hair too much, I just can't figure it out. But yeah, so that's the one that we're gonna be doing today. And first thing I'm just gonna start off is just by blocking out my eyebrows. And then once I'll do that, we're just gonna go ahead and get right into the rest of the makeup. But before we do that, if you guys like watching these kinds of videos, like the special effects, more creative makeup, something that's not, you know, you don't wear on the daily, then make sure to subscribe and click the bell and like and comment and do all that, because that's all I post. Every once in a while I'll post something a little bit more funny, but yeah, that's what I like to post. And yes, so if you guys are interested in that kind of content, make sure to subscribe. And without further ado, we can go ahead and get started on the video that I hope is not going to take that long because I'm not in the mood. Okay guys, well I hope you're able to see and I'm in focus, because I cannot see on my computer if I'm in focus, but let's hope I am. Hopefully, because there's nothing else around me except that. Anyways, so basically I just have put down my eyebrows and I just did this outline right here just so that I know that this is where the little SFX part is going to go, and then in each corner right here are going to be the screws, which is what I'm going to put like that. I don't know. That's just what I thought of. And now I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of how we're going to do this. So I'm going to start off with the eyes first, and then I'm going to do like the SFX part, same thing with the mouth and everything. But for the eyes, I'm going to do flames going up like this, and then I will be coloring them in and everything. But before I do that, I'm going to use my little pencil just to make sure I have the lines the way I want and everything like that. So that's going to be the first step, is I'm just going to draw out the flames that I'm going to do on around my eyes, and I'm going to do the mouth as well. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, and then we're just going to color it in. So I'm just going to put this in a quick time lapse just because this is very self-explanatory. You just want to make flames with the little pencil that you have. So that's what I'm going to do first. And then once we have that done, I'll be right back to show you the rest of the steps. Okay guys, so this is the outline that I got. As you guys could tell by the little time lapse, I was having trouble a little bit, but you know, that's why we use this little technique with the little pencil, so that you get the design you want and then you can just erase it very easily, you know? So yes, but now I want to do the same thing. I want to do the same thing to the mouth, but I'm just kind of going to do like spikes basically. I'm just going to do this off camera, and then when I go in with the color and stuff, you will see kind of what it is that I'm doing. So now that we have the eyes penciled in, I'm just going to quickly do the mouth and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so now that I did the outline of the mouth, what I'm going to go into now is I am just going to grab my black face paint, the cream face paint, because we are going to do an ombre gradient kind of effect from black to orange. So I want to do this in a cream so that it's easier to blend. So I'm just grabbing this little palette. I just got it off of Amazon, and I'm just going to go in with a nice thin brush for this, just to make sure we get those spikes nice and pokey. So what I'm going to start is just by going in, and then you kind of just want to flick the brush to make sure that it's nice and pointy, just like that. So I'm always gonna start from here up just to make sure that it's pointy. If you hear people talking in the back, I'm sorry, they are being disrespectful because they're not letting me continue my video. So I'm just going to keep doing this outline. We want those spikes to be nice and spiky. So I'm just gonna continue doing this, and I'm just gonna put this again in fast forward motion because that's really the best way I can explain it for it to be simple. And I will be right back to show you the other steps. I'm not gonna show you the whole outline of everything just because that would take too long. I'm just gonna show you a little bit of something. And with that being said, I'll be right back to show you the next steps. Okay, so now that we have done this, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start filling in, but just right here. I'm staying very close to the lines we created because I do want to add that orange, and then I want that orange to fade into a pink maybe. But I do want the black to fade into orange, so I don't want to put the black too close down here, because if we do that, then you won't be able to see the orange as much. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to basically fill this in, all the little nooks and crannies, and once we have that, I'll show you the next steps. Okay guys, so now that we are here, what we're gonna go on to is the orange. So I'm just gonna use that same palette, and I am going to, actually before I do that, I'm just going to take a small fluffy brush, but like I wanna make sure it's like compact, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to kind of blend this out slightly, just kind of like doing little tapping motions, just like that, just to make sure that it's easy to blend. So I'm just doing this like throughout the whole little edges of the black, just so that when I lay down the orange, I feel like for some reason it's just gonna make it easier to blend. It probably won't, but I'm hoping that it will. So I'm just doing this everywhere, and then I will place the orange color down. So I'm just gonna keep doing this. And then once it is all looking like this, I will be right back to show you the orange placement. Okay, so now that we have all that blended out, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the orange. And I think for the eyes, I'm gonna use magenta, so I'm not gonna go all the way in, so I'm just gonna use the orange where we wanna fill up that space. So I'm just going to pack this orange color on, just like this. It's really self-explanatory. You just wanna make sure you get that orange color where we want it to be. We want to make sure that it's nice and opaque, so you do want to pack it on really well. So I'm just going to continue doing this, and then once I have all these in, I will show you the rest of what we're going to be doing. Okay, so now that we did that, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take this little pencil brush, and I'm just going to start to pat the two colors that meet, so the black and the orange together, just to make sure that they are nice and blended in and that it's not a harsh line around them. Something else that's going to help this as well is applying a shadow, which I'm also going to do, but I just wanted to make sure that I did this just to make sure that they blend together. I think that made no sense. And I'm just going around. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm hoping that the eyeshadow will make it look a lot better. So now that we did that, I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow, an orange eyeshadow. So I'm just going to take the orange You Glad, oh, isn't that cute, by ColourPop. And I am just going to apply this where the orange is, making sure I pack it on so that the colors stand out more. And I'm also going on top of the black so that those are nice and blended as well. So I'm just going to keep doing this for each section, so both eyes and lips, and I will be right back to show you the other steps. Okay, so now that we have done that, it is time to go on to the eye part of the makeup. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do for this part, I'm just going to take that orange base. I want to take a little bit of it, and this is kind of gonna act as a primer, and I am just applying this everywhere. Okay, so for the eyes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go first in with orange, and then on the lid, I'm going to do like the magenta color that I was talking about at the very beginning. And then on the lid, I'm gonna do that magenta color. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to take like a darker orange color and just mixing it with the ones that we use to set the eyes. So, and then I'm just going to apply this right where they meet right here. So like right where that face paint meet and the eye meet. While I finish up the eyes, I'm going to charge my camera because my battery is about to die on me. So I'm just gonna finish up the eyes, do just what I said, and then I'll be right back with the next steps. Okay, so I did a couple things while my camera was charging. One was me eating, and the other one is I just filled these little gaps in just with the colors that I was using. So I just put in like the magenta, which is like purples and stuff, and the orange of course that we've been using. Just added the little nose. I wanted it to kind of be as well like a fire theme, so I just added like these two little spikes at the top, and that's all that I have been doing, even though it feels like it took me an hour, which it did. And boy, do I know that I'm gonna be here for a minute. I thought this was gonna be a quick makeup. I really did. And then, you know, reality strikes you in the head and you forget that you're always wrong about that. So now I am onto the chest area. What I'm gonna do first is, so I decided that I also want to do flames on my chest. This is as if it was like the little clown's outfit. So I'm just gonna grab my pencil that I always do, and I'm just going to start and draw flames throughout this part and the bottom part here that you won't be able to see. So I'll start with the top part so you guys are able to see it, and then the bottom part I will just skip forward. But yeah, I'm just gonna draw flames like I did here, just going down like that. I need to fix that, but yeah, that's what I want to do all throughout this part. And then once I do that, I will be right back. I'm just gonna put this in a time lapse because you guys, you know, the gist of it basically. Okay. Okay, so now that we did the little flames, wait, I am stupid. Am I? No. Okay. Now I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take two colors right here. So I'm gonna take this one's gonna be orange, the lines are gonna be thicker, and this one right here is gonna be like the purpley mauve color. They're gonna be thinner. And I'm just going to do stripes just down across like this. And then I will go in with the flames, because if I do it this way, it's gonna be easier in my brain. So I don't really know how to explain it in words. I just know that in my brain it makes sense. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And I'm just taking this brush and just getting it nice in there. And now if there are any stray hairs, I'm cutting those babies off because it's just gonna mess me up. Now that we have that, I'm just going to start creating the lines. And then once I get close to the flame, what I'm gonna do is not apply as much pressure so that I can see the outline, and that way it'll be easier to go in with the black. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Okay, so I'm just going to do that pattern all across, and it's gonna take me a good amount of time. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that pattern all across, and then once I do that, I will be back to show you the other thing I will be doing. Okay guys, so now that it took me a lot longer than I thought it would to finish this part, we are going to go on to the flames. Dear Lord, take the wheel. Oh, that felt nice. Okay, so for the flames, they're gonna be in black. So I'm just gonna take this little handy dandy thing right here. And I'm doing this in aqua color just because of the fact that we have a cream underneath it. And if I do go on top of the cream, I don't want it to smear, so I'm gonna use watercolor. And for that, I need the water, so I'm just gonna take that watercolor and I am just going to start by making the same lines we did at the beginning. Okay, so I'm just going to coat my little brush with the watercolor. Same thing, I'm just starting from the bottom and then working my way up so that we get the nice little spike at the end. So I'm just going to continue doing this and I will be back to show you the next steps. Of course. Alrighty guys, so now that we are at this point, I'm going to be going on to the special effects part, which is the last part, because there's really nothing else I could, do, I guess. So, what we are going to do is, I'm going to be taking this silicone thing for SFX, and this is just to make like wounds and stuff like that, but it is instead of like wax or something like that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, it's silicone basically instead. So you have two parts. You have the A and the B. So I'm just grabbing the A part and then the B part. Now once we have both of those together, I am just going to mix them up. Just making sure they're nice and mixed. Okay, and now how I'm going to apply this is I'm just going to take it right here on this little spatula and I'm trying to decide. I don't have time to decide. I'm just gonna stick them on. The reason it's so simple with a spatula is because, so I'm opening the wound towards the clown. So the clown is what's gonna be like opening up my face. Now, if it was the opposite way, like if this was reversed, then it would be as if my, I don't know. The point is, what's opening and like what I'm converting into is like a complete clown. If that makes sense. I don't know how to explain this. But yeah, so I'm just like placing this down and those edges are just gonna be nice and tight. Not tight, what the fuck am I saying? I wanna make sure they're nice and seamless. So that's why I like to use a spatula because it just makes it really easy to do that. So I just kind of put my spatula at a diagonal and then I just start to go down like so. So I'm just doing this all around. I don't know how I expect to grow a YouTube basis if I just fart and burp in literally every single one of my videos. But hey, humans do that. And it should be more normalized, you know? But yeah, so this is what I'm doing for my face. And then I'm also gonna do it on the body around the edges as well. So it's like my costume is as well coming out. Your lips are moving, your lips are moving, and you lie, 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 lie. Your lips are moving, your lips are moving, I want to be done. Yes, lie, 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 lie. Okay guys, so now that we are here, I just did the body part of this, and now that this is like somewhat dry, what I'm gonna do now is I need to put foundation on it because my skin isn't clear, you know? So I'm just gonna take a foundation that's pretty full coverage just to like make sure we cover up the clearness of this situation. And I think the one that I have the most full coverage of is Marc Jacobs, and I don't really use this one, so I usually try not to use foundations. Why do I have so much energy? It's 1 in the morning and you're not even done. But I tend to use foundations that for SFX that I don't use. That's why it's good to have makeup pants for situations like these. God, if you guys could only see these pants. Are you prepared to see these pants? Are they pretty? Okay, so now that my foundation exploded because I'm stupid, I am just going to take the foundation and like a fluffy brush, and I'm just applying it right on there. And then I'm gonna blend the rest of it backwards, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm basically just putting this around and on top of the little silicone wound maker thing. So I'm just going to keep applying this. I'm also going to apply it on the body, but you want to make sure it's like somewhat dry so that your brush doesn't stick to it, obviously, you know? But yeah, so I'm just gonna keep doing this. I will also be doing this for the body, and then I will be right back to show you the next steps. So now that we did the whole base and everything, I'm going to just do like the little bruising on my actual skin. So for this, I'm just using alcohol activated paints and of course alcohol to activate it. The way I do this is, I don't really know how to explain it except just like using like red tones, some darker, some lighter, just kind of doing it like that and then just tapping it out and blending it to give it that like bruised kind of look. So I'm just basically doing this throughout like the whole perimeter of my face, basically right next to the little wounds. And I'm just going to do this, and then where I want to put the darker tones is just closer to right there. So I'm just going to keep doing this and see how it looks. There is obviously like a correct technique to do this, but I don't have time to think about it. Because I want to get this over with, and in the end I am going to put blood around it, so because obviously when your face opens, you know, there's going to be a good amount of blood, so. Okay guys, now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the thick blood here, and I'm putting this everywhere inside right here to give it that effect, that a little bit more of a gory effect. And I'm just taking the back of a pencil and just taking it and then just starting to put it in there. And then I feel like this will also help the screws stick a little bit more. So I'm just going all around the border right here and just applying the little fake blood. Okay, so now that we did that, I'm just going to apply the screws. Hopefully this will work. So I'm just taking that solution and just getting them in there. And now it's a bit thicker, so I think that's good. Okay, so I am just going to keep applying the screws like I am doing, just getting that AB solution and just trying to place them underneath this as best as I can. And once I do that, I will be right back to show you the next steps because my camera has to charge. Okay guys, so this is the final result. I didn't record the last couple things I did just because they're very simple. So for like the splattered For the splattered blood, all I did was I just put some blood in this spray bottle and I just sprayed it on. And then for the mouth, I did change it up a little bit, but I just extended it and I just did it in black so it looks more like the, you know, smile. added some lashes, and that was it. But yeah, with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I'm just looking for the screw that keeps falling off my freaking body and it's pissing me off. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. It is currently almost 4 in the morning, and I started this at like 5, but it's fine. And I thought this one was gonna be quick, but I guess I was wrong. Anyways, but yeah, with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon, and do all that. If you made it to the very end of this video, I really appreciate it. And if you made it to the very end and you're not subscribed, make sure to do that, because I mean, I'm guessing if you finished the video, you liked it. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye! Are you kidding me? You're dead? Never mind. And I am just going... This is also going to help... What? Oh my god. What? Reload, son of a bitch. Why does this just always like to happen? I don't understand. Oh. I swear that's the worst part, when it itches and you can't scratch it. And then what? Or that, what? If I will. Oh, sorry guys. You're getting me in all my glory. Oh, butterscotch. I usually tend to use, what? What? I'm gonna get wasted. What the fuck are you on, Courtney? That's why I was in the bathroom for the past 15 minutes watching TikToks. Not because I forgot. And yeah. I don't even know if that made sense. Story of my life. My life doesn't even make sense. Okay, that's my signal. And I'm done. Fucking screw him. Fuck you, fucker.
So good, was it feel so good? Was it feel so